Howdy everyone, Camski here for yet another solo video on the TheDoleBludgers channel. Taylor's not here yet again, but that's fine. So we're up to round 16 now of the AFL tipping competition. And really quickly, let's just look at the last week's tips, I guess the leaderboard for my comp at least, that we play in. So let's have a suss at this one really quickly. Alrighty, and as you can see here, we got 3 tips correct for last week. For me, still on top of the leaderboard by 1 point. Corey's really on my tail right now. Taylor down here with the 3 tips as well, and the 76 total tips, coming in at 5th place. So, you know, he's kind of there, but is also not. So let's see how we go for this week though. I'll be putting in his tips as usual. So yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so looking at the very first game here, which is the Thursday game at the Gabba, we've got the Brisbane Lions taking on Richmond. Richmond obviously coming off the bye, and Brisbane, they obviously always look good at the Gabba, so almost definitely just going to lock in Brisbane here for a very, very early pick. Probably go like 24 points. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's see what Taylor has to say about that game.
Honestly, Richmond's actually been in pretty good form, but you still got to go Brisbane, despite Brisbane being in shit form at the moment. You got to go Brisbane. I'll go Brisbane by 40 points.
Alrighty, thank you Taylor. We have got the next game, which is Taylor's team, Geelong taking on Sydney at the SCG. Oh, this is a tough one actually, because Sydney obviously just smashed West Coast by like a crazy margin. I think it was like 171 points, and they got the first 200 pointer that I can remember for at least, I don't know, 2011, 2012, something like that. So, it's going to be tough. I feel like, so Jeremy Cameron's out for Geelong. Patrick Dangerfield could be coming back in. Sydney, on the other hand, I think they're getting Paddy McCartan back in the defence, which is going to bolster that. It's a tough choice. I'm tempted to pick Sydney here, but I feel like just the way that Geelong have beaten them in the past couple of outings, I might go Geelong here, but we'll do a closer margin than usual. We'll go Geelong by 10 points for this one.
I get the Geelong's in shit form, and you know, Sydney just annihilated a team by like 171 points, but I still think Geelong will smash them. Geelong, let's go 60 points.
Alrighty, so my boys, the Dogs, taking on Freo at, obviously Marvel Stadium. We're just coming off the bye as well, so obviously not many teams have been playing that well after coming off the bye, and we don't have Liam Jones as well, which is kind of painful for our backline. Our backline's basically fucked. We don't have many players in our backline, which could honestly cost us this game, if I'm being honest. Bont was looking a bit injured before the bye, so hopefully that bye gave him enough time to recover and recuperate and stuff like that. So it's a tough one, because I know that Fremantle could probably win this game, especially given our recent form, but I will still be biased here and back in my boys. I'll probably go the Dogs by 10 points. Yeah, we're at 10 points.
Pretty evenly matched, but since it's Dogs' home ground, I guess I gotta go the Dogs, 10 points.
Alrighty, Adelaide versus North Melbourne. Not really much to say here. Unfortunately, Adelaide, they look, pretty fucking good. They nearly beat Collingwood again at the MCG last round. And, North, they've been looking good and stuff like that, but it's basically just a clear-cut win here for me. I reckon Adelaide win this by 50 points.
Okay, Adelaide's definitely in better form than fucking North Melbourne. But North Melbourne is Adelaide's bogey team, weirdly enough. I'll still go Adelaide. Adelaide, let's go 6 billion points. Nah, we'll go an even 50 points.
Gold Coast taking on Collingwood at Heritage Bank Stadium. This is actually a tough fucking game, if I'm being honest, because like I've mentioned in a few of the other videos, Gold Coast look pretty fucking good at home. They do. They basically, I think they've lost 2 games there this year. The first was in round 1 to Sydney, which, it's round 1, who really cares about that? but they also lost to Melbourne by like 4 points when realistically they could have fucking won that game. So Collingwood, on the other hand, they've been looking a little bit shaky considering I've been preaching all year just how fucking good they are and how I reckon they'll win the flag and stuff like that, and obviously on the top of the ladder. This is a tough game, if I'm being honest. I could see Gold Coast winning this, and I'm almost tempted to pick them, but because it is Collingwood, and I've been tipping them pretty much all year, just because they have that kind of clutch factor where they just don't fucking lose games pretty much ever, as you probably just saw against Adelaide. I'm going to go Collingwood. I think it's going to be a very, very close affair. We'll go Collingwood by 2 points, to be honest. Yeah. All right. It'll be a good game, I think. I reckon Gold Coast can fucking win though, so.
What the fuck is Gold Coast? Whatever that is, I'll go Collingwood. Yeah, I'll go 60 points.
Oof, this is a tough one actually. Essendon versus Port Adelaide at the MCG. Now, I think these two teams did play earlier in the year, if I remember correctly, and it was a close affair. But I believe Port, ended up getting the chocolates in the end. But yeah, just the form that Port have been in, it's hard not to tip them. Essendon did just lose to Fremantle, obviously at their home at Optus Stadium. And Port is coming off the bye, so I don't know. You could look into the whole kind of thing where teams aren't doing that well after having a bye. But I think, again, I'm going to go Port Adelaide here. It's going to be a close game, though, I think. I think we'll go 12 points, but I could definitely see Essendon putting up a good fight, if not winning this game, especially with the home field advantage. Yeah, we'll go Port by 12, but going to be a close game, I reckon.
All right, we got the junkie team versus the junkie fan base. Bombers versus Port. So this is actually kind of hard because they played earlier this year and it was actually a pretty damn close game. Yeah, I'll go Port, but I could see Bombers winning that actually. I'll go Port by 6 points.
Now this is a fucking ridiculous game. All right, so Hawthorn versus Carlton at the MCG. Oof. Now I know a lot of people will probably be tipping Carlton here, and I should probably pick Carlton here as well, and I probably will. But Hawthorn, man, they've been doing pretty well. And both these two teams, I'm pretty sure, are in the bottom four, as you can see on this ladder here. So that's kind of crazy to me, considering where Taylor and I both put Carlton at the start of the year in our predictions. I will be going Carlton, but I think Hawks could definitely get the win here, considering Hawthorn have been doing pretty well. They beat Brisbane at the MCG. They've been putting up some really good fights. So I will go Carlton, but I'll go. I could say it goes for a draw. I reckon we'll go Carlton by 1 point.
Oh, Carlton versus Hawthorn. That's a tricky one because Hawthorn's been improving, but Carlton haven't. Weirdly enough, they should be, but they haven't been. I still got Carlton 30 points, but fuck if I know. Let's be honest.
Alrighty, Melbourne versus GWS. I'm pretty sure this is an Alice Springs Oval. I'm not entirely sure what it's called. I don't know if it is actually called Traeger Park or whatever. Now, Giants, to be honest, could win this game because Melbourne, they haven't been playing the best, and they did just lose to Geelong at home, which is, it's nothing to take away from them. Geelong are very, very good at home. But Giants beat Geelong at home. So, I could see Giants pulling out the win here. I will go Melbourne at the end here, though. Probably not by much, though. Maybe 6 points. I reckon Giants will put up a really good fight, as they usually do. So, yeah, we'll go Melbourne by 6.
Melbourne's taking on the big sound from the west of the town. Melbourne. Fucking 40 points.
Alrighty, West Coast versus St Kilda at Optus Stadium. This could be the last game of the round. Pretty much just going to be going St Kilda here. Probably we'll go 80 points. I reckon Saints will get a nice percentage booster here. West Coast suck. They just got smashed. Even though Saints have been performing pretty poorly, it's just pretty much a surefire win in my opinion. Saints by 80 points.
Well, that brings us to our final game, which is going to be the big percentage booster for St Kilda. maybe. I don't know. St Kilda's a bit weird this year, but, you know, West Coast is fucked. Like, they are actually fucked. I don't think we've seen a team this shit since fucking probably Melbourne in 2011. Like, it's pretty fucking bad. Let's go 100 points, St Kilda. See if West Coast get another fucking flogging.
Alrighty guys, so that is the end of the round once again. Thank you so much for watching and giving us your support. You know, hopefully we can get back to our usual broadcasting next week when Taylor's back. As usual, please like, subscribe if you want to, and don't forget to leave a comment with your tips as well if you're interested in doing that. As usual, go fuck yourself.